Welcome to your IFS meditation for when you feel an internal confliction, parts of you that are polarized. Please begin by finding a quiet, safe space where you can soften your body just for the next few moments. Taking a deep breath in through your nose and a long, gentle sigh out through your mouth. Just letting yourself arrive here, not forcing yourself to relax, but just acknowledging that for the next few moments, we're just going to check in with these parts of us. Again, taking a deep breath in through your nose and a long, gentle sigh out through your mouth. And now begin by bringing to mind the situation where you feel pulled in two different directions, like there's an internal tug-of-war. It might be one part of you wants to connect, while another wants to pull away. One wants to speak, while another wants to stay quiet. Maybe one part of you wants to move forward and take action, and another's terrified of what could happen. Just notice the both parts that are here for you. And see if you can breathe some space into this. If you notice other parts coming through, see if you can get them to step back. Just give you a little bit of space that we want to just get to know these two that are in confliction. And if it's possible, see if you can imagine placing these two parts of you out in front of you, like you're pushing them out a meter or so in front. Maybe you're sitting across a table. Maybe you're sitting on the beach. Maybe they're on the other side of the road. Just create some space between you and them. And if you can create that space, begin to notice how you feel seeing them. Not siding, not trying to fix or change, but how you notice just seeing these two parts of you. And just acknowledging that for a moment. And then see if you can become curious about the first part, perhaps focusing on the one that feels louder, the one that's asking for your attention, reminding them that we're going to check in with both. But bringing your attention to this first part, notice what it looks like. What does it feel like? What's its energy like? Does it take on any forms, shapes, any colors come to mind when you see it? Notice if there's any emotions associated with it, any thoughts, words that you can hear repeating. Does it feel old or young? And just with a bit of perspective, space and openness, get curious about what you see, about what you notice. And if this part is open to connecting, just let it know that we're curious about it, that we want to get to know it. And then without an agenda, see if you can ask them, is there anything that they want to say? anything that they want you to know about them. Is there anything that they're worried about? If any answers come to mind, just acknowledge them. Thank them for sharing. Let them know that you hear them. And then ask them, what is their job? What are they protecting you from? And once again, just listen to what they say. Just acknowledge what you hear. If what they say makes sense to you, see if you can validate those fears. You might also notice that there's some wisdom in what they say. That what they're afraid of, it makes sense to you. And then ask them, what are they afraid would happen if they step back, relax, if they didn't protect you in this way? And once again, just listen for the answer. And when you feel ready, thank them for sharing. Do a final check-in. Is there anything else they want you to know? And just let them know that you have heard everything that they have shared with you today. And then, in your mind's eye, imagine stepping away from this part. Just reconnecting with your body, taking another deep breath in through your nose and a gentle sigh out through your mouth. How do you feel hearing what this part had to say? And now I invite you to bring your attention to the other part, the one on the opposite side of the conflict. Notice, once again, how this part looks, what it feels like, what its energy is like, any colors, shapes, or forms that it takes on. With openness, see if you can really notice this part of you. Notice if there's any emotions that it carries, any thoughts, and see how old does this part feel. It might be old, might be young. Just see if you can really get curious about what you see. And once again, without an agenda, just simply getting curious. See if you can ask this part, is there anything that they want you to know about themselves? Is there anything that they are worried about? and just listen for the answer. If they share a worry or fear, just thank them. Let them know you hear them. And then I invite you to ask them once again, what are they protecting you from? What is their job? And if their worries and concerns, if what they're protecting you from makes sense to you, see if you can validate those fears. Let them know that it makes sense, that you understand. Let them know that you hear them. And if it feels right, see if you can ask them, what are they afraid would happen if they stepped back, if they didn't protect you in this way? And once again, listen for the answer. Doing a final check-in, see if there is anything else this part wants you to know. Anything else they want to share with you. And then thank them. Thank them for sharing. Thank them for connecting. And then begin to create space between you and these parts. Once again, pushing them out in front of you, creating distance. Noticing that these two parts of you just exist within you. You may notice that both of them believe that they're helping you, that they're protecting you in some way. They both carry their own fears, thoughts, and emotions. Even though they create exhaustion and turmoil inside of you, both are trying to protect you. And separate to both of them, there is you, a deeper self that can hold space for both. The self that doesn't need to choose sides. And see if you can just imagine yourself sitting with these two parts. Not forcing either one away, not feeding one with shame, not silencing one, but just letting both parts know that you see them, you hear them, you understand that they are trying to help. And they don't have to fight so hard for your attention anymore. And just notice what happens when you really create the space and acknowledge that neither part has to win. That you are a family. This is your internal family. And every part of you is welcome. Every part of you deserves a seat at the table. Taking a deep breath in, just notice how that lands in your body. Notice if there is a little bit more space, a softening. And And gently ask yourself, what would it look like to listen to both of these parts? What would it be like to let both of them exist without letting either one of them completely take over and control? And then see if there is anything you would like to say to these parts. Any acknowledgements, anything that needs to happen between you and both of them or either one of them. Anything you would like to offer. And once again, thank them. Thank them for connecting, for giving us the space. And when you feel ready, slowly begin anchoring back into your body. Taking a final deep breath in through your nose and a long exhale out through your mouth. And when you feel ready, you may open your eyes.